there is another mirror. And in the dream, I think, ooh, 13. And so after I count, then I walk through that doorway, and instantly I go up and I'm flying. There's a very high ceiling in the room, and I see a lady covered up on the bed. Her name is Emma. I know that her name is Emma.
And so there are ways of looking at the same dream and seeing some other layers within the dream. So I just want to embellish what Adam's already said. The best thing to do when you are dreams interpretation is not a formula, as we'll see, but it's finding the context. And so you need context. You need to get the hold of what's going on around the person and in the dream to actually fully interpret correctly. But can I ask you a question? In the past, were you in a church that wasn't into the things of the Spirit for quite a long time?
Yes.
You see, I would see the hallway as a passage of time. And you've been under something that's apostolic, but there's no light. All right? But now, what you thought wasn't right, which was 13, from your previous teaching, has actually been the doorway into the supernatural and into the realm of the eternal realm. And that's the doorway that God's opening to you now as you've come into the things of the Spirit. All right, so Moses hears that and he goes, wow, that's awesome, all right, so I can go back. But he says, but I don't speak too well. God gets angry with him, and he says to him, your brother's coming, he'll be glad to see you when he comes. You will be as God, and he will be your prophet. God is saying, we're going into the promised land. We're moving into the promises of God. God's going to make a way from tongues and interpretation. So you have a demonstration of the cross, Jesus coming to earth, becoming sin for us, his death and resurrection, and now subsequent to that, tongues and interpretation. Wow. All in that passage there in Exodus chapter 4. What I'm saying to us is this, that God is speaking beyond the level of what we're receiving. And we need to go beyond the surface. One of the things that throws us with dreams and visions is God uses metaphor, God uses parables, and we get thrown by the story and we get caught up in the narrative and the story, and yet we fail to have the spirit of understanding to go beyond the surface to see what God is saying. And that's the whole thing. That's the impartation this weekend.